Hey guys, what's up? I'm late. I'm a day late. Yesterday I was super busy, and around 8 or 9, I was like, I need to record the video, but I really want to play Dark Souls 2 DLC, so I started playing, and then I finished playing at around 1 a.m., and I was like, well, this is a bit too late, so I'll do it tomorrow. Sorry! But Dark Souls 2 DLC came out. I mean, come on. It's so good. It's remarkable. I've played it, and we've got a shit ton of things to talk about. But let's start with Dark Souls. So the last DLC came out. I'm gonna try and avoid spoilers as much as I can. I will be saying tiny things, but I don't feel that they really ruin any experience at all. But if you really are terrified of getting spoiled in any way, then you should stop here. But I really don't think that this was much of a spoiler. So going through first of all, the DLC is fucking huge, okay? It is so big. There's so many paths, which really means you have to go through it more than one time, preferably like 3, 4, 5 times in order to remember to go in all the different paths. It's kind of insane. It's huge, but it's really cool. The majority of it, the main enemies are pretty easy. They're standard. You've seen them before. They're not really fun or unique, but the setting is remarkable. And other than those, there are enemies that are super annoying and super unique in what they do. There's also the singular unique enemies, such as invasions, which are, again, from FromSoft is really trolling us in really cool ways, and it feels these set pieces. That's I feel the strength of this DLC. There are set pieces throughout this huge expanse of ground to cover that are really unique and really are really cool. I just really enjoyed them. Some of these, I'm not going to spoil them, but some of these are just, damn, that's so cool, or you just feel really good about them. Now, you can actually go fight the bosses immediately, but it's kind of impossible. So you should go through, I'm trying not to spoil anything. So once you do manage to go and fight the bosses normally, I'd say, or at least the first boss normally, you beat it. It's nothing special. It's not really a special boss. The bosses are not amazing here. But you beat it, and then you move on, and you can actually go ahead and fight the main boss. Remember, there's 2 main bosses, standard bosses, and then there's the challenge route, which you're supposed to do with allies and is more difficult and has something special about it. So we're going to discuss the challenge route later. But first, you can fight the second boss, the last boss, like immediately, and after you beat the first one. And you shouldn't, because it's really difficult. If you go around and get help, I'm just going to say get help, I'm not going to spoil anything more than that. If you get help, then that fight is one of the most remarkable fights I've had, because I like taking the AI's summons, not other people, just the AI summons, and you just come in, the way that you come into this fight, the scene, it's not a cutscene, but the introduction to that fight, to that area, is absolutely remarkable and feels amazing. It gives you such a, okay guys, are you fucking ready? Let's motherfucking do this! And it feels good. It feels so good, and then you come in, alright, I'm pumped, I'm ready, and then the enemies start coming out, and you just start fighting them, and it feels amazing. It really feels amazing. And then the boss comes out, and it's completely underwhelming, because he basically looks like the other enemies that you just fought. He's just a beefier version of them. It's really underwhelming, the boss itself, but the set piece, the scene at which it takes place is amazing. So it's, you know, it's good. There's bad, there's good, but I really enjoyed it. That's what I'm trying to say. I really enjoyed it. Some of the other set pieces are amazing. The invasions are really cool. And then there's the challenge route. And the challenge route is really terrible this time. It is absolutely shit. It's just not fun. What they did is, first of all, there's very annoying enemies. There's enemies that are only there. They're horses. Finally, there's Beware Horse, means something for real. But they apparently appear randomly, and they're really annoying. It's a huge place, huge place, and there's a blizzard, so you can't see anything. You really cannot see anything. It's on a timer, so after some time, the blizzard clears for like 10 seconds. You can see, okay, where the hell am I supposed to go? Get a direction, and then start going at it. And the blizzard comes back, and you can't see anything, and these horses attack you. It's really annoying. It's frustrating. It's not fun. And you're supposed to find, there's a couple of buildings to try and give you space, but you're supposed to find the fog gate for the boss, right? And once you find it, you go, okay, finally, I'm going to fight the boss. And the boss is the first boss in the DLC twice. That's it. It's a reskin of the first boss in the same DLC. And when you beat it, there's not much. That's it. You just get their souls. And you can clearly trade their souls. But that's it. There's not even a reward. There's not even a damn flower skirt or anything. It's just, you just beat them and there's nothing there. It's kind of frustrating. It's the worst part of the DLC, in my opinion. But the set pieces that take place and the setting, which is really, really cool. There's a lot of lore there as well. I really enjoyed it, and I think it's wonderful. This is the last piece, the last DLC. I don't think we'll see any more content, more DLC. There might be a patch fixing stuff, but that's about it for Dark Souls 2. I think it's a wonderful game. I'm definitely not going to stop playing it because there's still a lot to do, and also PvP is just fun for the sake of PvP and trying out different builds and stuff. I'm going to keep playing it. It's a wonderful game. You should really get the DLCs if you haven't, because they are the best part out of the actual game. I mean, if you haven't gotten the game, get the game, and then get the DLC, because the DLCs are better than the rest of the game, which is a good thing, you know? It's like there's more, but it's even better. So I really enjoy Dark Souls. I think it's a wonderful game, and I love it. Now, done with Dark Souls. I could talk about it for hours, but done with Dark Souls. Let's talk about Dota. 6.82 came out, and then a ton of fixes came out because there's so many balance changes here, and there's a million changes. We're not going to talk about any of them, probably, because it's going to take us 4 hours, so there's no real point. But what I want to drive home, or at least try, is that change is good. Okay, we've been in the same patch for a long time. We've established a meta. We've established what this patch does and what's the strongest things here. And it's time for change, and change is good because it makes the whole game fresh again. That's why I've been playing it for 10 years, because it keeps changing and being more interesting. And it doesn't matter if the end for this patch, like in 4 months when we know everything about this patch, it'll be worse. I don't know if it's possible to say that, but it'll be worse than the previous patch. I don't know if it really matters. The important thing is that it's changed. There's a difference. And remember, this is a huge game with so many variables, it's impossible to balance. But what you can do is try and push it in a specific direction, and then try and balance the best you can. And that's what they're really doing. And I feel the attempt was to really push it towards killing is more important, because right now in the previous patch we had just push. You know, what you need to do is take down a structure at the end, so kills don't really matter, and pushing, split pushing is really, really strong. And we wanted to go away from this into killing. I wanted to have kills matter more. And sadly, what that might have done, we don't know yet, but what it might have done is actually made people not want to fight. If you're at an advantage, you don't want to fight because the comeback is so possible. Because if your opponents get you, even just one fight where they manage to kill you, they get so much out of it that the game rebalances, and then you lose your advantage very quickly. So it might have done the opposite of what we wanted to do. We wanted to have more fights, which is, remember, this is a spectator sport, so more fights means more action is good for spectating. So that's something that you need to keep in mind. And we'll have to see how they balance it out. They keep, you know, there's been a lot of changes in the start, because I played with the start, was crazy at the start. We'll see how it balances out. I think change is good. It's interesting. The game is fresh. I love it. I'm looking forward to playing more Dota and more Dark Souls, and that's it. I could talk for 4 more hours, seriously. I'm sorry for being late, but that's it. Thank you so much for watching as usual, and I'll see you guys next time.